What's up, guys, man? It's your boy WF, and I've talked about this multiple times on Twitter, but I don't think I've ever actually made a video. And today's video is one of my top 3 issues with Madden. One of my top 3 issues, and that is there is no positional advantage in Madden in the run game. It does not exist. It used to exist. It was perfectly done in Madden 11. It was to perfection in Madden 11. And ever since they changed the run blocking for Madden 12, it's always been out of whack, and literally it's almost non-existent now. What I mean by that is with a defensive formation where everyone is lined up, specifically if you're on the defensive front, the defensive line, if you're on the line of scrimmage, your position matters. What gap you're in, what shade you're in, it matters. It's important because you literally are holding a position just off of where you line up. And the reason why it's so important is if where you line up doesn't matter, then you can't create norms. You can't create base rules. There's no rules for defense, so defense is just all willy-nilly dice rolling, and offensive run game is all willy-nilly dice rolls. It's important for both sides of the ball, and it benefits both sides of the ball. Knowing positional leverage helps your run game. It lets you know where you can run and where you can't run just off of alignment. And same thing for defense. It tells you where you're strong defensively and weak defensively just based off your alignment. Now, the way I'm going to explain why there is no positional advantage in the run game is on offense. I have a regular, I form normal, I form pro stretch play. On defense, this is a 4-3 under regular cover 3. Have made no adjustments. Just so you know, I'm going to change the play. I'm going to show you multiple times. Now, let's just look at this play. We're just going to run the play, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. By highlighting one player, we're going to show this one player multiple different scenarios, and you will see why positional advantage means nothing in Madden and why it needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed in a hurry. So I'm just going to snap the ball, let the computer run. Now, there was a tackle in the backfield, but that doesn't matter anything. It does not matter whatsoever. Let's look at the replay. The guy I want to highlight, this man right here. Now, just off of just the stock play, he has outside leverage on this tight end. He has outside leverage on this tight end. Now, for this first example, I may be willing to, chalk it to the game. A game can't be perfect. But you see he has outside leverage already on this tight end. He gets hooked. Now, what he does after they've made contact does not matter to me. I don't care whatsoever. I don't care what kind of animation you give him, what kind of win animations, lose animations you give him. I don't care. I'm pissed from the fact that he gets hooked. He has outside leverage. You can see off the top rip, he has outside leverage. He's on the outside shoulder of this tight end, and he gets hooked. Now, I don't care about what everyone else is doing. I'm concerned about him. That's why this is important. Now, you may be saying, okay, yeah, like I said before, charge to the game. The game can't be perfect. He might have been perceived as a head up. I'm cool with that. Okay. Let's move your man into an obvious. He has outside leverage right now. It can't be denied. Look at him. He's way outside now. He's way outside. Let's computer run it. Now, I didn't even look and see what happened with him. But let's go to replay. Something wild looked like it happened, but I didn't know exactly who it was that the wildness happened to. And as you saw, I was controlling this guy right here, this D tackle. I was hands off the controller. What happens with your man right here? As he's way outside, He can't be denied. What do you know? He gets hooked again. I'm gonna show you exactly why it's so infuriating in a second. But he's way outside. In his curl flat, he gets hooked. And like I said, I don't care what happens afterwards. It's just the fact that he gets hooked anyway. He doesn't hold his position whatsoever. He has the outside. He's supposed to be like literally working on the outside. I wish I had Madden 11 fired up so I can show you exactly how they replicated it in Madden 11 to perfection. But the reason why they're so infuriating, if you look at the run fits, he's in the force player position. Let me move him. So you see, he is the F. He is a force player. He is a force player. He is a force player. Even outside, he's aligning him outside anyway. As I showed play before, does nothing. Let me run it one more time. Hands off the controller. Hands off the controller. Let's see what happens. Does he get hooked? Does he get hooked? We've already shown 2 examples. He's been hooked. He had outside leverage 2 times already. He's been hooked. What happens? What happens? Hooked again. Hooked again. He's not doing anything. He's not holding his position whatsoever. Whatsoever. He got reached. How do you get reached in a wide 9? How do you get reached in a wide 9? How? Again, literally, let me show one more example. One more example. Let's say, let me put him outside and let me run blitz him. Again, I've talked about how I'm pissed off anyway of how they handle blitzing players, blitzing linebackers. Based on what the D-line does, it changes blitz angle. Like, I hate the way they do it. Again, for example, if you don't know what I'm talking about, put the middle linebacker, blitz him, shift your D-line. Now he's all the way over there. Shift your D-line again. Rotate your guys, move your guys around. It changes the blitz angle based off what the D-line does. Again, I hate the way they do that. I hate it. I understand why they do it. Gap for gap. One player in the gap don't want to have 2 guys in the gap. I understand it. But from a schematical standpoint, but in a game standpoint, it's horrible. It sucks. It's bad. But back to the example of why I'm pissed. Why I made the video anyway. Again, I'll run blitz him. He's a force player. Actually, he's not a force player now. He's actually just literally blitzing, and then we have another force player here. But either way, he should be attacking the line of scrimmage, holding his leverage, holding his position. Let's see what happens. Oh, that time he actually held his position. He actually held his position. Oh my God, he actually held it. Let's go to the replay, and then I'll show you, and then we'll see one more time. Let's see if he does the same thing if we run it one more time. He attacks the line, holds it. Okay, cool. I can't cry about that. I cannot cry. I cannot cry. But let me run him one more time just to see. Just to see. Just to see. As you see, blitz him, move him outside. And then I take the cursor off of him just so the computer can play him. Hands up, hands up. Oh, he gets reached. He gets reached. He gets reached. Like I said, it's a dice roll. It's a complete dice roll. When you're playing sound logical football, it's a dice roll because positional advantage does not matter. It does not matter. Now, I forgot what I was going to say before we got to that point. But come on, guys. What should be happening right here is either one of 2 things should be happening with this stretch. With this stretch that you see right here. The first thing, which happened in Madden 11, the tight end, he didn't convert to a reach block. He converted to trying to push him out and create the goal. He created the gap that would open up right around here, because you still have that defensive end in the 5 technique, and he's containing outside, so the gap is going to be around here. The tight end's going to try to block him, try to block that linebacker on the line of scrimmage out. That was the result that Madden 11 gave you. Or result number 2 was that tight end, he comboed that defensive end in the 5 technique, and he works up to your boy Wagner right here. And then the fullback ends up trying to kick out the linebacker. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. But don't give me super tight end or reach blocking. And why should, like the one play where the linebacker disrupted everything, why should I have to run blitz to get that? That's why the run game is so bad, because there's no fundamentals, meaning there's no positional advantage. there's a few other issues that I have with the run game, but this is number one, and this is the top 3 issue in Madden, and it's extremely important, and no one talks about it. That's where the skill gap comes in the run game, and no one talks about it because no one actually knows how to run the ball. They just snap the ball and pray because they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, man. Positional advantage is extremely important. I feel like I've spoken my case. I feel like anyone that watches this video should understand where I'm coming from and should agree. Positional advantage is the reason why Madden 10 and Madden 11, when the strong pro off tackle run play was the best run in the game to the masses, not to me, but to the masses, it was the best run play in the game. If you played correctly with correct positional advantage, that play was no issue whatsoever. It was no issue whatsoever. It was getting boxed. It was getting boxed. The glitchiest run in the game, maybe the glitchiest run in Madden history, was boxed because of correct positional advantage, and if you knew how to correctly place your players to stop it. And if the offense didn't recognize that you had guys correctly placed to stop it. Skill gap, knowledge gap. Again, like with positional advantage, the position is the first thing that matters. Playing real life football, man, like I play defense. I know it's old school, old head tales of, old yesteryear, but my coach preached ATT, alignment, technique, and toughness. Alignment is the first thing. Alignment is the first thing. It should be the first thing in Madden. Alignment, based off of alignment, you should be able to win matchups, even if you're at a disadvantage ratings wise, because you're playing correct alignment. Then the second part, technique, could be when stats collide. Are you like massively getting whooped stats wise, ratings wise? Are you massively at a deficit? Okay, I can understand you losing that battle if you're massively beat down ratings wise. But if it's close, if it's a tie, if it's a stalemate, if it's close enough to be a stalemate, and I have better alignment than you, I should win defensively. I should win defensively off the fact that my alignment won me that matchup. That's why positional advantage is important. It needs to be replicated in Madden. Hopefully it's time. Hopefully there's enough time, if it isn't already been made better for Madden 20. Hopefully they're able to do something. Madden 21, maybe? I don't know, man. It's your boy Colonel. This has been going on since Madden 12. This has been an issue since Madden 12. I want to see this fixed, man. It's been too freaking long. Give me a real run game. Give me a real run defense, man.